Tutorial video on the eviction process part 2, from the writ to eviction day, presented by the District of Columbia Office of the Tenant Advocate. Disclaimer: the information provided in this tutorial video does not, and is not intended to, constitute legal advice. Instead, all information and content are for general informational purposes only. If the landlord prevails and wins possession in an eviction case, the court issues a writ of restitution. A writ of restitution is a legal order that permits the landlord to take possession of the rental unit back from the tenant. The court then forwards the writ of restitution to the United States Marshals Service so that the writ can be executed. In the District of Columbia, all evictions must be scheduled by and executed in the presence of the United States Marshals Service. The United States Marshals Service will contact the landlord to schedule the eviction date, and they will send a notification packet to the tenant by first-class mail to the address on the writ. The information packet contains 1. A copy of the court order, 2. Instructions from the United States Marshals Service, and 3. The date for which the eviction has been scheduled. The housing provider must also deliver a notice confirming the date of eviction not fewer than 21 days before the date of the eviction. Once the eviction day has been scheduled, the United States Marshals Service will make every effort to complete the eviction on that day. Evictions are prohibited when the temperature is forecasted to be below freezing or when precipitation is falling. On the day before the scheduled eviction, the United States Marshals Service will contact the landlord to inform them of the time slot when the eviction is scheduled. The landlord or a landlord representative must be present at the rental unit when the United States Marshals Service arrives, or the eviction will be canceled. Eviction day. Remember that while this is a stressful time, please be respectful towards the Deputy United States Marshals and others present, and comply with the Deputy United States Marshals' lawful orders. Stay calm and collected. On eviction day, Deputy United States Marshals will arrive at the address provided in the writ of restitution to carry out the eviction. The deputies will knock and announce their presence and inform the tenant that they are there to carry out an eviction. Redeemable Judgement. If the eviction is for the non-payment of rent, the tenant may avoid eviction by paying the entire amount owed, translux amount, at any point before the eviction is completed. The translux amount is stated on the writ. It will include the rent due as of the day of the writ, plus 1. Any rent that may accrue since that date, 2. Court costs, 3. The writ fee, and 4. Any other items ordered by the court. In other words, as long as the Deputy United States Marshals are still on the premises and the locks of the rental unit have not been changed, you can avoid being evicted for non-payment of rent if you pay the translux amount. Before turning over possession of the premises to the landlord, the Deputy United States Marshals will inspect the premises to ensure that no one remains in the unit. Then, the Deputy United States Marshals will turn over possession of the unit to the landlord and will remain on site until the property can be secured and the locks changed. Any personal property of the evicted tenant remaining in the rental unit at the time of eviction shall remain in the rental unit for 7 days, excluding Sundays and federal holidays, unless removed by the evicted tenant. During that 7-day period, the landlord shall grant the evicted tenant access to the rental unit to remove the tenant's personal property from the rental unit as follows. The landlord shall grant the evicted tenant access to the rental unit for no fewer than 16 hours between the hours of 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. over a period of 2 days. However, the landlord may extend the access period. After the 7-day period ends, any personal property left in the unit will be deemed abandoned. If the landlord violates the tenant's right of access to the unit, the tenant can ask the court for relief. The court will require the landlord to honor the tenant's rights and may extend the in-unit storage and tenant access periods. If you have questions or concerns regarding the eviction process, contact the District of Columbia Office of the Tenant Advocate.